Hello everyone, welcome back to the another virtual class of history. So I hope you all are well by the grace of God, and you might be taking care of yourself also, and side by side you are studying also. So today we are going to continue with the same chapter on the age of Guptas. The last time we started this chapter, and in the previous class we discussed some of the literary sources as well as archaeological sources. After that a separate video was made on Nalanda University. So I hope you all have gone through those videos and all, just for your general knowledge also, as well as for your board exams also, right? A board exam in the sense that class 9 examinations and all. Okay, so today we'll continue with the same topic, the age of Guptas. So today we are going to discuss on the contribution to the field of science. So we'll be discussing about contribution in the field of science. Okay, so what all contribution were there during the time of the Guptas? So as we know that Gupta period is also known as the golden period. So why it was known as golden period, that also we'll discuss, and due to all these contributions the age of Guptas were known as the golden period. Okay, so let's start with our today's class. The age of Guptas, the contribution. So within the contribution we'll be discussing about this man, a famous man. Okay, there is Aryabhatta. You might have heard about Aryabhatta, right? So who was Aryabhatta? We need to know about, you might have heard about Aryabhatta and all, right? So Aryabhatta was a great mathematician. Aryabhatta was a great mathematician and astronomer. Okay, he was the author of two very important scientific works. You can see here, this is Aryabhatta. Okay, it is Bhatia. Okay, Aryabhatta. So on the basis of this name only, Aryabhatta. Okay, and next one was Surya Siddhanta. Surya Siddhanta, sun. Surya Siddhanta. So these were the two important works of Aryabhatta, and what all are mentioned in Aryabhatta and in this book, that also will focus little bit on that. So Aryabhatta, okay, deals with focuses mostly with the monumental works. It is one of the monumental work, it is mentioned, monumental work of Aryabhatta, and it deals with arithmetic. You might have heard about arithmetic. Okay, in mathematics a chapter is there, arithmetic. Then algebra is there. Okay, arithmetic. The next one is algebra. Then geometry. So these are some of the topics which you study and in schools also, right? So then one more is there, that is called trigonometry. Okay, trigonometry. Okay, so arithmetic, algebra, geometry, and trigonometry, these are the parts of science that is in mathematics. Okay, mathematics. Okay, so as he was the greatest mathematician, so you definitely these four are his major works in his book called Aryabhatta. Okay, the next important book was written by Aryabhatta was Surya Siddhanta. Surya means sun, Siddhanta means the principle of the sun, how it revolves. Okay, what is the function, and mostly in this book he deals with the causes of a solar and lunar eclipse. The causes of solar and lunar eclipse. Solar and lunar eclipse. Okay, you might know about eclipse and all. Surya Gahan. Okay, Surya Gahan, you might have heard about it, and mostly we see. So mostly in this Surya Siddhanta, he not only dealt with the causes of solar and lunar eclipse, but he also had mentioned the method of calculating. Mostly what is important, calculation of timing, how long the solar eclipse will be there. Okay, on exact timing. Like today we see, astronomers, they give the exact timing and all, and in that time when you see on the sky, you see all these eclipses and all, right? So exact timing. So he has mentioned about the causes of solar eclipse as well as lunar eclipse, and then the second one he discussed over in this book was the timing of their occurrence. Timing of their occurrence, either it is solar or lunar eclipse. Okay, occurrence. And then the occurrence with the precision, a particular exact timing. Okay, with proper precisions the occurrence are been mentioned, and what is the method of calculating that timing is dealt with in this book. Okay, that is Surya Siddhanta. Okay, Surya Siddhanta. Then apart from all this, many more works were also there. He had discovered even about heavenly bodies. Okay, he had discovered about heavenly bodies like a moon. Okay, and moon were spherical, right, and shown by the reflected light, shown by the reflected light. Then we can say that not only that, he also has come up with the idea of the place value. It throws light mostly on the place value and the use of the number 0. The use of number 0 also was his contribution. Okay, and the most importantly, this part you can see here, discovery of the exact value, discovery of the exact value of pi. So mostly in mathematics, right, in geometry and all, you definitely, okay, that is mensurations and all, you just have to find out the exact calculation of pi. So that example 3.1416, this was his findings. This was his findings. Okay, 3.1416 is the exact value of pi. What is the exact value of pi? That is 3.1416. So that is the exact value of pi. So that was discovered by Aryabhatta. Okay, Aryabhatta. Okay, he even throws light on the place value of numbers from 1 to 9. Place value of the numbers from 1 to 9. So that is all. That means he was a great. So apart from Aryabhatta, so as we are discussing about the contribution in the field of science, many others were also there. Like I can tell you, like Brahmira was there. Okay, Brahmira was there. Okay, so Brahmira was one of the another great scientist of the 6th century. He was the author of famous books. Okay, Brihast Samhita, his famous book, which is the encyclopedia of astronomy, mathematics, botany, okay, geography, and many other branches of knowledge. Okay, he belonged to that period only. The next important person was Dhanvantri. Okay, Dhanvantri was also there. He was a physician. Okay, he was a physician of this age, and his name has become synonyms with Ayurveda. Okay, Dhanvantri, his name is been connected with Ayurveda. Okay, and another one more was there. His name was Susruta. Okay, Susruta, he was a great surgeon. Susruta was a great surgeon. Susruta, Samhita, and Asthang Sangra, some of the classical works on medicine and surgery, okay, written during the Gupta period. Okay, so this were the greatest work of some of the great writers. I'll write it over here just for your information. So these are some of the another great persons of the Gupta age. Okay, apart from Aryabhatta, as I have already discussed, Brahmira was there. He was the author of a famous book, Brihat Samhita. Okay, which especially deals with or also known as the encyclopedia of astronomy, mathematics, botany, and geography. Okay, and then the another one was Dhanvantri, I told you. Okay, his name is related synonymous with okay, Ayurveda and all. Okay, and next one, the last one is Susrita. Okay, it is R. Okay, Susrita. Okay, Susruta was a great, he was a great surgeon. You can just remember here, he was a great surgeon. He was a surgeon. Okay, then his two other famous works are Susruta Samhita and Astanga Sangra. These were the famous works of his time, and they were the greatest scientists, we can say, astronomers, okay, mathematician. They were the greatest people of the Gupta period, and we should be proud of their contributions. Okay, so we should be proud of their country. So that is why you can say the development of scientific knowledge and technology took place during the Gupta period. That is why many of the historians are of the view that the age of Guptas is also known as the golden period in the history of our country. Okay, so this is all about from this part, contribution to the field of science. Okay, then we'll discuss the next topic. Okay, the last topic from this chapter is left out, that we will complete it. Okay, and then we'll end our class. So contribution. Okay, so contribution to the field of culture. So in this we'll discuss about the famous Vishnu temple, which is at Devgarh, also known as Devgarh temple. Okay, also known as Das Avatar temple. Okay, Das Avatar temple, that also we can go through that. Okay, so mostly it is known as Vishnu temple at Devgarh, so definitely it has become famous due to the name of the place, Devgarh temple. Okay, just go through this part. Okay, Devgarh temple, famous temple. So regarding the culture of that period, we need to know about it. Okay, so what was the temple like and how it was made? Okay, so it is one of the famous temple at Devgarh. Okay, and one of the finest example of the Gupta architecture. The Guptas were very good in architecture also. It is erected on a board base, okay, with a flight of steps in the center on each side of the temple. The base is decorated with beautiful carvings. Okay, this temple is different from the Gupta style because it has no flat roofs. Little bit difference is there, slight difference is there. Okay, so instead it has a high tower or a shikhara. High towers are there, which is known as shikhara. Okay, spire, roof supported by pillars, and the garbhagriha is also there, which is surrounded by 4 porticos. Okay, 4 porticos. What is the meaning of porticos? A row of columns supporting a roof at the entrance of the building. So this is the structure and the characteristic features of a Vishnu temple at Devgarh. Okay, this is what we had to discuss. Okay, Devgarh temple. Okay, so this is all about from this chapter. One more topic is there which we have already discussed when we discussed the literary sources, that is works of Kalidas. The works of Kalidas, you please refer to the first video of this chapter. Okay, works of Kalidas. So we are not going to waste our time discussing again the same thing. When we discuss the literary sources, I have discussed that in the beginning only. The works of Kalidas are mentioned over there. Okay, so if you find a problem in searching the videos in my channel, my dear, you can directly go to the playlist. Okay, you can directly go to the YouTube playlist, my channel playlist. There you will get it, class 9 history and civics, and there you will get all the videos of class 9. Class wise videos are uploaded in my channel. Okay, so you can go through that. So not a big deal. So this is all about from this chapter. We have already done almost all the important parts. So actually this is the discussion as per the reduced syllabus given by the council. Okay, so after, when I get time, I'll make a video on all the rulers of that period also. That depends upon, but those will not be included in your syllabus as per the board exam which will be conducted, or your school exams which will be conducted in the year 2021. So these are the only ones. So this is the reduced syllabus which I am following it for your convenience. Okay children, so hope you all have understood today's class. So please take your classes seriously, and we'll meet again in next class. Till then, please take care of yourself, stay safe, bye bye.